Her point is that if she could have chosen Mal, she would have. And even if he doesn't consider them married, she still wants to have her wedding night before she's left in the next port.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the special, Al.
Well, it turns out that her desperate attempts to get him to kiss her have been to use knockout lipstick on him, to take Mal out of the picture. Then she heads to the cockpit where Wash naturally is and begins the small talk to move in on him, graduating then to the innuendo talk. This time she's going for something involving the planet Earth getting fucked by the sky or something that's a very weird myth. She tries to kiss him too, but Wash is not going to do that. He won't cheat on Zoe any more than he would stick his tongue in a light socket. And not just because she can kick the shit out of him, though, there is that. No, because Zoe means that much to him, that however attractive Saffron might be, he'd never ruin what they have or ever hurt her. Ain't that a kick in the head? So with the cockpit locked up tight, Saffron disables the controls, so they're stuck on this new course she's set. Can't slow down, can't change direction. Then she seals the door for good measure on her way out. But on her way to get to the other shuttle to make her escape, she runs into Inara. Now Inara is still annoyed that Mal is married to her, and her glare makes Saffron try to change the game here, saying that Mal refused her, but it's a good thing because she'd rather lose her virginity to someone gentle like Inara. Inara plays the sex game back, but the alarm goes off, which draws this to a premature end, which is surprising because usually when something shocks you, it prevents a premature end. After complimenting each other's skills, Saffron goes for the shuttle, while Inara forgets all about her so she can check up on Mal. See, Saffron had called herself Malcolm Reynolds' widow, and Inara has to see if he's all right. She is so grateful that she kisses him.
You stupid son of a...
Contact high. When Mal comes to, Simon explains he saw this all the time on the EER. The goodnight kiss, they called it. Normally used just to rob people, though, not sabotage their ships and make off with a shuttle. Well, seeing what this did to Mal, Zoe is quite happy with Wash requiring a blow to the head to stop him. When sex on toast arrives minutes after you've had a spousal argument and he still says he's just not hungry, you know a guy's faithful.
And then I fell. My head got hurt like Wash.
Anyway, time to sort out what she did. So Jane cuts his way in so that Wash and Kaylee can get under there and take turns talking about how incredibly fucked they are. And all because Mal gave in to temptation.
That's why I never kiss him on the mouth.
Inara says that from what she saw, Saffron has companion training. But the work she did to screw with their ship says she's also had training with that too. She's got skills everywhere. She's the Leonardo da Vinci of ruining your day. Turns out that she's working with the hijackers, who are ready to deal with Serenity. And when Wash and Kaylee get sensors working, they see it's a net. But not what you're thinking. It's not like something that's going to catch them. It's going to either fry them with electricity when they pass through, or immobilize them until all the oxygen can be sucked out. Either way, pass through the net and you're as dead as Mal's marriage. To stop that from happening, there's only one name that can do the job, and that name obviously is Vera. With a suit to give it oxygen, Jane first disrupts the net, and to make his displeasure fully known, blasts the window enough times for the hijacker to get blown out into space. That's almost good enough work, Vera, for a kiss on the mouth. After fixing Serenity, they track down Saffron, and it's quite a little showdown. But Mal winds up on top. I won't make the obvious joke if you won't. When we see her later on, she inflicts emotional pain on someone because she's feeling it and she wants someone else to then feel the same thing. This time she justifies her behavior by saying everyone plays each other all the time, and none of it is genuine. Put it all together, and you have a person who has an ugly view of how she relates to others. The reward of taking from others exceeds that of the actual payoff, and the harm that she causes isn't important because it's not happening to me. Anyway, cue the ending hilarity with Mal and Inara, and credits. Our Mrs. Reynolds is, first of all, full of great lines. This episode has some great dialogue in it. Second, the pre-Mad Men Christina Hendricks really shows her stuff. You can definitely see how she'll become a big name, and not just because she's attractive, but because she has real talent. Her sex symbol status overshadows just how good an actor she is. It also showcases that for all the obviousness of Mal's passive aggressiveness around Inara's work, that Inara is just as preoccupied with potential rivals. However, getting down to the episode itself, I have to admit, our Mrs. Reynolds takes way too long before it moves on from the doe-eyed bride plot. Probably about 10 minutes too long in my estimation. The episode probably needed to have a subplot instead of having the sense that it's spinning its wheels like it did eventually. Next time, we'll take a look at Saffron's return, appropriately titled Trash.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord! Fresh bow? Quaint!
Remember that sex we were planning to have ever again?